guys, I just got back from a Hinge date. Why am I doing this to myself? So we scheduled to go to dinner. We are sitting at the restaurant. Seems very nice. Not a catfish. Things are going well. And the waitress comes over. She wants to take our order. And I said, okay, I'm going to take the branzino. And he said, I'm going to take the burger. And the waitress asked him, okay, how do you like your burger? He said how he likes his burger. And do you want some cheese on your burger? And he asked, is this going to be extra? And she says, yes, it's $3 extra. And he said, okay, then never mind. Over there, and I'm like, what the actual fuck? I'm like, okay, I'm hungry. I'm going to eat my branzino and see what happens. And he's like, oh my God, you have to pay extra for everything these days. And I'm like, yeah, it's New York City. So I got my branzino, he got his burger, we were eating. And once I was satisfied, I got up and I was like, I'm going to the restroom for a second. And I took my purse and I went to the waitress and I was like, hey, I just want to pay the bill. And I just paid the bill and walked out of the restaurant, and I texted him. So I texted him, the check is taken care of, you should have gotten the cheese. And I blocked him.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I had a lot of feelings when I saw this. I don't know about you. Were you up in your feels? Man, yeah, my reaction was pretty strong. You know, the crazy thing about this video is, like, no matter who you are, you're right. When you see it, you are right. Whether you're male, female, anywhere in between in that spectrum, whoever you are, your reaction to it was probably correct, because you could see one side or the other, each point of view. You know, for example, on the guy's side, he's like, man, $3 of cheese ain't really worth it. What I get for $3 of cheese ain't nothing. Like, it doesn't increase my happiness in life exponentially to the fact where it's worth the $3. Most people include it. I'm not gonna do it. On the woman's side, she's like, what? This guy won't even spend $3 for cheese? Ew, ew. I had the branzino. He can't spend $3 for cheese? Ew.
Oh my God! No!
Now, he probably was gonna pay for the dinner anyway since he invited them out, but it doesn't really matter, right? Because everybody's right. You can see each person's point of view. The crazy thing about this video is it reminds me of this expression. You might have heard this in your own personal life. Somebody says to you, I'm just not feeling it. I don't know, I'm just like not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. I'm just like, I don't know, I wasn't feeling it. And it's like crazy because, you know, you could be on the other side of that and you're like, I did everything right. What do you mean you're not feeling it? There was chemistry, there was connection, there was conversation, there was everything that needed to be there. What do you mean, bruh? You're not feeling it. That's crazy. But it doesn't really matter because there's a trigger that's happening inside the other person that is correct. Maybe the reasons aren't good reasons, but the trigger is correct. So let me break this all down for you. What's up? My name's Madison. I'm a social dynamics coach. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not some guy that just sat in front of a camera because I felt like to share my opinion. I've actually been a student of this for 15 years and I've been teaching it around the globe professionally for a really long time. I've taught 20,000 people face to face and quite a few online, you might say. All right, so I'll break this down to you from a perspective and, you know, make it fun. I'll see what you can learn from this so you can walk away with something good here. I'm just not feeling it. My gosh, I'm just not feeling it.
What do you mean? I love you. I love you.
Bottom line, I think they were both winners in this situation. Would you agree? Would you concur? I think they both won because she got what she wanted and he got what he wanted. She avoided somebody who doesn't spend on her lavishly. She avoided somebody who's frugal with money. She avoided somebody who's conscientious. And she got out there and she didn't waste her time. She got what she wanted. And he got what he wanted because he avoided somebody. He dodged a bullet. He dodged somebody who was going to look at him financially first, not judging by his character or his looks or whatever it was, his personality, his sense of humor, his grooming. She just judged him on other things and he didn't want that. And so he also dodged a bullet as well. They were both winners. Let's give them a round of applause. They're both winners in this situation. You know, congratulations. Hats off to them and the child that will never exist due to this encounter.
To be fair, I had the intention of paying $21 for this burger, so adding $3 for cheese was not fucking worth it. But thank you for paying for dinner. Bye-bye.
The main problem here that you might notice in your life as well is that social media has raised the bar on everybody's expectations, and you can't even meet what those expectations are. It's almost impossible, okay? So basically everybody logs in online and they're told you deserve the best, you gotta get the best, This could all be yours. Everybody should have a trip to Dubai. Everybody should do all this fancy stuff. But the highlight reel gets into our heads so often that we think that's what we deserve. We deserve somebody who will, for example, spend on us lavishly with no restrictions. And the fact that they even have a restriction means they're not the one for us. Or it means that this person is not thinking of fun and enjoying the moment first. So we don't even want somebody that has restrictions. We're like, I deserve the best. But the thing is, here's what happens when you think you deserve the best all the time, which is the world we live in today. The world we live in today, as the critical drinker says. What happens is your detection system gets broken, okay? I call it the butterflies in the stomach detection system. That gets broken because that system is there to detect who's the creepers, who's weird, who is a stalker. It's there to detect who you don't get along with, who you don't have chemistry with, who's lying to you, who wants to use you. It's there for a reason. It's good. It's evolutionary hardwired into your system for survival, all right? But what happens is when there's no more good reasons to reject people, when you have too many options, when you log in online and every day you have 1,000 options sitting in your social media account of some kind, then what happens is you need to figure out new ways to cut people off that don't deserve it. You got to figure out new ways to eliminate some of the competition. So you start looking at little minute unimportant details and you blow them up to big things in your mind so that you can cut off the people. Because you can't hang out with 1,000 people even if you wanted to, and those 1,000 people want to hang out with you. So you got to eliminate 975 of them somehow. And so you start looking at little things that probably don't matter as much as you think they do in the long run, but your brain's got to figure out some way to sort through them. I want to ask you a question. Do looks and money matter? Hells to the yes. Money matters. Right now, we are living in the death of the middle class. It no longer exists. Social media makes us believe that everybody is living an affluent lifestyle because we show our best. So what happens is the people who can't afford it might as well never been born. And we all think that we want to upgrade to the best. Nobody wants to be average. But some of us, guess what? We deserve average. That's where you belong. Somebody's got to do a basic job. Somebody's got to serve coffee. Somebody's got to take out the garbage. Somebody's got to have a trip to a staycation because they can't go out of town. Somebody's got to wake up early and do a job they don't like. Somebody's got to be not perfectly in shape. Somebody's got to be average looking. Some of us deserve average, but we're constantly reminded, oh no, you deserve the best. You're a king, you're a queen. And this creates an environment where the middle class and the average don't want to be average at best. Woo! Daddy Madison's on fire. So what's even more interesting about this is I went ahead and I looked at the comments, and I don't have them here in front of me, but I'll post them on the screen. And these comments are really great. They're fantastic. Why is that? You look at 70% of the comments, and 70% of the comments agree. Yeah, you should leave him. Yeah, he's not great. Yeah, he's cheap. Yeah, I would have done the same. I would have walked out either as well. I would have not paid. And so people actually agree with this, right? And this is frightening to me because it means we're so divided, we can no longer see the other side's perspective. And we're living in this social media echo chamber where what we think is constantly like reinforced. You know, it's really wild. And also it's crazy to me to see this because it reminds me that, wow, there's so many people that feel the same. There's people that would just walk out on you. There's people that would make commitments and just not show up. There's people that would leave you hanging at a location. There's people that would borrow things and not give them back to you. And this is like, well, I deserve better. And this is the explanation. The thing with this like entitlement culture is it's got to stop, man. It's got to stop. It's got to stop. And to all the 5 viewers that I have that are female and all the fellows that watch, I want to give you both a point of view here. I want to give you something to really remember that's important. Since men are typically more practical in our decision making, we put practicality before emotions, and females tend to put emotions first and how they feel in the moment, and then practicality second. We can both do the same, we can both do it, but we tend to prioritize different things. When a woman says she's not feeling it, she's always right. When somebody says, I'm not feeling it, as we made fun of before, a little joke, I'm not feeling it. Okay, that's always correct, because it doesn't mean that what you did is so horrible, but it means that something triggered it inside the person. And maybe their reaction to it is too strong. Maybe they're overreacting. That's totally possible. Totally possible that they're overreacting, but they are overreacting for a reason. There is something there that happens. You got to go back with a fine-tuned comb and look at the interaction and say, what could I do differently? Because it doesn't matter if you want to be right. Do you want to be successful with somebody? Do you want to meet people? Do you want to have great interactions? You got to choose, man. What do you want to be? I always say this all the time. Do you want to be right or do you want to get results? Because you can't have both. Men typically want to be right, want to be logical and point out all the flaws and how the other person should have done this and done that and what's appropriate. Okay, great. Congratulations. Round of applause. Hats off to you, loser. Now you're alone and you're right. Or you can get results. I'm more concerned with results, just doing what works and not judging it morally or ethically, just what gets both of us the result. And then later on, we could decide who's right or wrong and make corrections in the frame. You can't do both. So my little advice here to everybody would be just, when you're meeting somebody that you don't know for the first time, whether it's for business or it's a romantic situation or it's friendship, I'd recommend you don't meet for dinner the first time. I highly recommend that you don't do that. Dinner forces you into a commitment where you're sitting down with the other person for an extended period of time and you're locked in there for the hour and a half, or whatever it is. Now, some people like to do dinner because it makes the other person show up. You're like, hey, I'm offering this big thing to you, show up for it. But you don't really know the reasons why they're there. And also, once you're in the dinner, if you and the person don't have similar values, morals, you don't see the situation the same, you're essentially sitting there for awkward, comfortable situations in silence for maybe like another 30 or 45 minutes. And that's not fun for anybody to be there. And you don't want to be there. It'd be better off for you to leave. So my recommendation of how to deal with modern day entitled people on either side of the spectrum, okay? How you deal with modern day entitled people is this. You got to leave first. You must leave first. So if you go out to dinner with somebody, maybe I prefer you go out for a drink with them or a coffee, or you go to do an activity, make it maybe somewhere like the gym or something like that, where you can decide that you can actually, if it's not working out, you can say, hey, you know what? This was great. I really enjoy this. I'm going to let you go do your thing and I'm going to go do my thing. Let's keep this short and sweet for now. And perhaps we'll cross paths again in the future really soon. You just leave it at that. You get up and you leave. Okay. Don't just ghost, don't disappear. Just explain that to the person and then you leave. But you got to leave first always, because what happens is, in order to counterbalance the modern day entitlement that people have, there's nothing you can do. You can't get them to respect you. You can't get them to acknowledge you. You can't get them to be right and you change the way that they think. It's not going to happen. So what you got to do is you have to say, all right, I am now choosing to leave the situation first in order to kind of balance out that entitlement that people have. Does that make sense? Do you get that? Is that registering with you? I'm glad that it helped. The audacity. So up until now, have I been lying to you? Nope. Have I lied to you in the past? Nope. You know where to come to get the information that you need and the wisdom that might impact your life in some way if you choose to apply it. Well, if you do apply it, you definitely can see results from what I said here. And if you want to work with me more, listen, I've said for a while we have free coaching calls, and those are going to end very, very soon. I'll tell you why. In about 3 weeks or a month's time, I'm going to be working on Conversation Mentoring 2.0, and I'm going to upgrade all my modern day knowledge, and I'm going to put it into the program. The program's reached a few years of the anniversary now. I want to upgrade the program and make it even better. So therefore, for now, the program has a free call. You can talk to me and my team, and we'll walk you through a strategy of how to have these tough conversations in your life. I didn't just invent this stuff. This comes from years of going out, practicing and applying it in real life. And now you can learn those same things inside my program. All right. And you can talk to me and my team. And listen, don't worry about the tuition or how much it costs. I just want to help you right now at the moment. I want to get you in a conversation at least, because you're probably thinking, well, I'm flawed. Well, I don't stick to what I want to do. Well, I don't know what to do. Well, I quit on myself. Let me just be the leader and guide you through this and take you and open the doors for you that are there for you and give you confidence to step through those doors so you can change your relationships in your life and have better communications with people. All right. Now, for that, here's what we're going to do together. We're going to go click the link down below. There's a brief application, a few questions, takes 30 seconds to fill out, and me and my team will speak with you. We'll hit you up the next day, and we'll talk to you about your situation, and we'll give you some motivation, some encouragement, and you don't got to be afraid of that. It's a no-pressure conversation. And at the same time, I want you to open up a new tab and click this playlist up here. It'll teach you more about conversations and boundaries and expectations. I got a great playlist of videos for you right here. Or if you're new to the channel, click subscribe and don't miss out on regular content like this. I know you subscribe to a lot of channels, but this is different right here. This is going to be the one that gets you a change and results in your life. We're all about results, right? Let's do it together. As always, keep in touch and don't be a stranger. Wakanda forever.